Okay guys, here is lesson 6.3. So our math objective for lesson 6.3 is estimating fraction sums and differences. So we're going to use something that we used a little bit earlier this year, and that was benchmarks. So if you remember, benchmarks are something that we use to estimate. It's something that makes life a little bit easier. Remember when we go to the store and we're trying to add up how much money, how much things cost, and so that we don't go and spend too much money or more money than we have. We usually round and estimate to maybe the nearest dollar or the nearest 50-cent mark. Well, that's what we're going to do today with fractions. So our problem is 1/6 plus 3/8. But we're not going to do this the normal way. We're going to round and find our answer. Okay? So what I did is I drew a couple number lines. So on this number line, this top one is for 1/6. It's for this first number right here. So I split my number line up from 0, 6 over to 6, 6. So I've got 1 through 6, 6 right here. So down here I labeled my benchmarks. The benchmarks we are going to use are 0, 1/2, and 1. These are the numbers that we are going to round our fractions to. Are 0, 1/2, and 1. Sorry, move it around. So 1/6, what I'm going to do is I'm going to mark it on my number line and find which one it is closer to, which benchmark. So if I look at my number line, 1/6 is right here. So I'm going to mark 1/6, and now I look, well, it's between 0 and 1/2. Which one is it closer to? It's closer to 0. So I'm going to round my 1/6 to 0. It's really close to 0. That fraction only has 1/6 of something. So if it's a pie and we cut it into 6 pieces, someone ate 5 and there's only 1 left. So there's only 1/6. So it's really close to 0. Okay? So then our other fraction, let's look at 3/8. So 3/8, here's my new number line. I made another number line, marked it in 8s, so evenly in 8s. It goes from 0/8 to 8/8. My benchmarks are 0, 1/2, and 1. So if I mark 3/8, it is right here. It's really close to 4/8, almost a half. So that's my nearest benchmark, 1/2. So I change 3/8 and I turn it into 1/2. And so my new estimate, I'm not going to add these two numbers. For my estimate, I'm going to add 0 and 1/2. So my answer is 1/2. So there's a couple ways you can do these. You can create number lines if you'd like to until you get the hang of things. Or you can draw a picture. If you wanted to draw this 3/8 into a circle, into a pizza like we did in class today, and we cut through and made 8 pieces, and then if you colored in 3, you would see that it's pretty close to a half. If you made another pizza and you only had 6 pieces, and you colored in 1, you'd see that it's probably closer to 0. So you can do a number line, you can draw pictures to see what it's closer to. Just make sure that all your pieces of your pizzas or pies or whatever you color are even, so that way you can see what you should round it to. And then pretty soon, once you start doing that for a while, you'll get good and you'll be able to just look at the number and know, oh, 1 piece isn't very much, that's closer to 0. Or 3, well, half of 8 is 4, and I know 3 is really close to 4, so it's probably closer to 1/2. Okay? So what I want you guys to do tonight, your 2 extra credit problems are right over here. We have 1/7 plus 8 ninths and 4 6/13 minus 4 2/10. So you have 2 ways that you can do these. You can either show me your work on a number line, or you can do a picture. Okay? So round them to the nearest benchmark, 0, 1/2, or 1, and then add or subtract. Make sure you show your work, hold on to it, and we'll do that every day this week, and then you can turn it in for extra credit on Friday.